Okay, so good morning to all participants and great morning to our today's orator, Dr. Harish Bhai Dhadu. He is from the Anand Agriculture University. Presently, he is acting as an associate research scientist and head department of medicinal and aromatic research station at the Anand Agriculture University. I will introduce him being the organizing secretary of this 30 days online training program. Dr. Harish Bhai Dhadu has a well crafted and well designed his career. He is a recipient of the net status from the Agriculture Scientific Recruitment Board, ICR New Delhi. Furthermore, he is an expert in the genetics and plant breeding, as well as he has a proven track record in the field of the molecular biology. To his credits, he has the two books. Furthermore, he has been well calibrated as a best teacher in the year 2016-17. To his credits, there are the 20 research articles are there, and he is well habituated as a guest lecturer. Until today, he has given the 13 guest lectures in the various institutes. Even he has guided the 15 MSc and PhD students. To his credits, he has the 20 articles in the national as well as the international journals. He has even instrumental in the ad project, which has been with the dealt with the tick. So if you see, he is a very well swimmer in the different fields of the agriculture. So it is a great opportunity to listen Dr. Harish Bhai Dhadu, and today he will let us know about his area of specialization. And rather than me, we are now interested to listen about Dr. Harish Bhai Dhadu. So Dhadu sir, great morning again, and we are eager to listen you in the few minutes. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Would like to share the screen.
Yeah.
So is this okay?
Yeah, just go to the PPT mode. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, quite okay, sir. You can proceed.
So before I don't want to deliver a structured lecture. What I mean to say is, it will be more interactive. We will have enough time for interaction. And let me make it clear, I am not an expert taxonomist, but I am a bridge between pure botany and applied botany. So I just try to understand from my past experience, 25 years in the field, and being an agriculture scientist, would like to give more emphasis on pure botany and applied botany linkage. Okay, just like Ayurveda also. So now onwards, we will see the different slides and we'll explain you. Okay, this is regarding where I'm working right now, and it has been already been given in the introduction that I'm working as an associate scientist head. And today's lecture, the focus will be taxonomic identification of plants. Generally, we jumped into identification without having any background knowledge regarding the plants. Generally, we do remember the plants based where it is located in the campus. In this corner, that plant, in other corner, that plant. In generally in UG practicals, whenever somebody brings samples and kept in a practical for identification, we used to clear it and we get the marks. In most of the UG program, where our focus is marks, not the knowledge. But in PG and PhDs and now onwards journey, understanding is also equally required. And you must be a self-made person, being a student, being a teacher, okay. Nobody will give you anything in a capsule format so that you can have it and you become a very good plant taxonomist, very good biotechnologist, nothing like that. Every day you are growing, every day you are learning something new. You remain students throughout, what I mean to say. And whatsoever lectures I have delivered up to now, whatsoever I have written in my biodata, it is only 10%. Then I have delivered nearly 500 lectures across the country internationally. I have mentioned 50 only. Just to evaluate myself after the lecture, not before the lecture. Sometimes what happens is we are listening so many very good biodata of the speaker. At the end of the speech, you will come to realize that 1 hour we have lost in our life. It should not be like that. Okay. So 3 pictures why I'm keeping you, because you know, teaching is a process. It is not a hammering on the head of the student. Why I'm keeping all few slides, not jump onto the subject directly. I'm preparing your mind to learn something new. You are willing, your willingness must be there in learning. It's not like that सावरकर साहब ने रखा है और आपको ज्वाइंट होना है, प्रेजेंस लगेगी, बाद में 1 घंटा के बाद पता चलेगा. It is not like that. You are here just to learn something new by heart, by mind. And first slides, this my life is my message. I don't want to say in anything in the form of the biodata, but just to adopt whatever I can do for my life, and everybody will follow. This is the thought given by Gandhiji. And the other picture I always keep, Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge limits. Mostly our new synopsis, thesis title, we limits our knowledge. Why? Because we search for the review of literature. Is there any tissue culture work has been carried out? Is there anything has been done in any corner of the world? Then we will take it. Because we think that it is easy to have the review of literature and our thesis will be completed within no time and we will get the degree. Our ultimate aim to get degree as early as possible and to have the job ultimately. Now, third picture, the imagination, how big the role of the imagination is there. I will let you know in my lecture. Everything, every new science, the birth take place because of the imagination. If you imagine that this will happen, and if you prove it, it becomes science. Now, third picture I have kept over here. If you see from the distance, it is mountain Girnar, located in Saurashtra, Junagadh, the place where I belongs to. Okay. This is mountain and this is rock. Okay. But if you imagine Rabindranath Tagore is sleeping, now you are able to see this is forehead, this is nose, this is eyes, this is mouth, this is beard. So this is the role of imagination. So something you will see, if you see it from the inner mind, then you are able to imagine. In science also, imagination is required. Okay. Then and then it will give you a blueprint for the future to come. Now, there is a lots of interest in plants nowadays, you know, plants. Because after COVID, we are going back to nature. The motto and theme is. Why plants? Their use and conservation are cross-section concern. Embrace not only the healthcare, but also nature, conservation, biodiversity, economic assistance, trade, and legal aspect. As far as the tissue culture and the most of the field you are representing, you are multiplying plants by help of the tissue culture techniques, micropropagations. Nowadays, it has been proven techniques for productions of these saplings with very good quality. Say, for example, banana. You are producing the banana micropropagated plants. Virus indexing you are doing. So, before 10, 15, 20 years back, if somebody think about the micropropagations, it was a huge term. Everybody afraid, this is not going to happen. This is not going to commercialize. But now you are witness that everything is possible. Whatever is not possible today, a day will come, it become possible. Now coming to the original, my today's lecture theme part, taxonomy. Okay, generally taxonomy, especially botany, is the base for all other sciences. We cannot ignore botany and taxonomy to become a very good biotechnologist, very good pathologist, because these are all the further extended hands of taxonomy and botany. Okay, what is taxonomy? By literal definition of taxonomy, the Greek word taxis and nomus. It is a rules of arrangement, taxonomy. Okay. It is the science that deals with identification, first part. Nomenclature. Sometimes somebody in misspell it is nomenclature. It is not nomenclature. It's nomenclature. Classification of living organism. So taxonomy basically deals with the three things: identification, number one, nomenclature, namings, and third one is classification. As far as the classification has been concerned, generally we depends on Bentham and Hooker system of classification. But in addition to the new classification system, Angiosperm Phylogeny Group, APG system of classification is prevailing nowadays. I will let you know what is APG and how does it works and how does it correlate with Bentham and Hooker. Now coming to the three main pillars of plant taxonomy, or taxonomy as such, is the identification, nomenclature, and classification. If we go to the literal meaning of identification, is the determination of an organism with reference to an existing system of classification. It's called identification. Nomenclature is the study of the system and method of namings of the organism and construction, interpretation, applications of the regulations governing the systems. The plant nomenclature is governed by an internationally accepted rule book known as International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. We need to follow this in giving the names. And classification is the production of the logical system of categories, each containing any number of the organisms, which allows easier reference to its component. So, पहला हो गया identification, nomenclature, and classification. So, if you want to be a very good taxonomist, you must be very good in identification. You must understand the meaning of ICBN languages of nomenclature, binomial nomenclature, and then classification. Classification starts from the Bentham and Hooker, Palmquist, and APG classification and all these things. Generally, we jumped onto the identification of the plant and their multiplications and other things. Before we reach to any organisms, especially plants you are dealing with, you must have the blueprint of that plant in your hand before moving into the tissue culture and biotechnology, genetic engineering, and other aspects. Now, coming to the ICBN, this is the International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, the set rules of recommendation dealing with the formal botanical names that are given to plants. And in taxonomy, the term of taxon is being used regularly. What is taxon? The intent is that each taxonomic group or plants group of the plants had only one correct name that is accepted worldwide. Sometimes what happens is old name and new names, sometimes students and faculty members are in trouble. Now, what is the importance of the names in research paper? Do you know? Reputed journal do not accept any research paper where correct taxonomic or scientific name is not written in the paper along with the authority. Generally, we do not know about the authority and what is the importance of the authority. I'll be talking later regarding the authority and importance of the authority in scientific names. So ICBN only deals and control to the namings of the plant, but does not carry any research on taxonomy. Its headquarters, it is in Netherlands. It has 3 departments: principles, rules. Generally, we are also making the mistake in principal and principal. Okay, principal is the head of the college. Okay? This is our principal is the main of principle, like that. Rules, provisions for the governance of the code. So what I mean to say is, before giving any valid name, it has to pass through several filters. And after consideration of all the scientific evidence, names, renames, addition, alterations in the rank is being carried out. Now, Angiosperm Phylogeny Group. This is being currently used internationally for classification of the plant. APG is an informal international group of the systematic botanists with who collaborate to establish a consensus on the taxonomy of the flowering plants that reflect a new knowledge about the plant relationships discovered through phylogenetic studies. What has happened? Previously, mostly plant has been classified based on morphological characters. In addition to these, sometimes micromorphological characters are being used. But what has happened? After the invent of the biotechnological tools, especially markers, so what has happened? And DNA sequencing, what has happened? Because of this, it has given an additional insight in the plant genome. And because of this, because of the invention of the various biotechnological tools, what has happened? Previously, plants, wherever it was kept in the phylogenetic, wherever it was kept in the systems classification, because of the additional knowledge of the DNA sequence, markers, other parameters related to biotechnology, it has given a very good impetus on phylogenetic relationship. In APG group, phylogenetic relationship. So evolutionary relationship is matters a lot. And based on the DNA sequence, we also producing dendrogram and so many things. So based on morphology, based on micromorphology, cytology, cytogenetics, and DNA sequence. Keeping all this in mind, sometimes plant group, wherever it has been assigned earlier, now it has been thought after having the enough data, it was decided to keep it in another group based on the evidence. It is not like that overnight we are shifting the plant from one group to another group. After having enough scientific data, the plants that has been renamed, that has been, their rank is altered, that has been placed somewhere else. That is the thing. Now, important terms. Taxon is a taxonomic group at any rank, such as family, genus, or species. Description of taxon is a statement of its overall characteristics. So taxon is very, very important in plant taxonomy. This helps to access the pattern of the variability in a given taxon and circumscribe, restrict within the limit, and define it accordingly. Now coming to the flora. The flora initial letter bold refers to the book or other publications dealing with the systematic enumerations of the account of the plants in a given geographical area based on, this is most important, based on accepted system of classification. If you looked at any flora, say for example, flora of Gujarat, flora of Karnataka, flora of Maharashtra, okay. But in a flora, it is not it's a simple enumerations of the plants. Whatsoever family, flora of Western Ghat, flora of Kerala, like this, okay. So here, the plants are listed based on accepted system of classification. That makes it flora. Floristic is the study of the preparations of the flora. And what is the difference between flora and monograph? Monograph is in-depth study, deals with that particular species and higher taxa. So this is monograph. If you say, for example, if you study the castor monograph, say for example, rice monograph. So detailed study of the Oryza genus, you will get in a monograph. So this makes it generalized statement of having the list based on the accepted system of classification. This is a detailed studies based on the genus, particular genus, sometimes species also. Now, if somebody will ask you a simple questions, give me 5 names of the botanist who has contributed a lot at international level. Sometimes it is very easy for us to remember father of this and that. But if somebody will ask you a simple questions, then we are in a trouble. So Candolle, Cizal Pinho, then John Ray, whatever red mark scientists have made it, Theophrastus, Carl Linnaeus, Robert Brown, Bentham, Hooker, Takhtajan, Russian scientist, Hutchinson, Conquist. These are the scientists. They have made a foundations in international world as a botanist. Basically, they were not botanists. They become botanists before after their work in a botany. So initially, it is not necessary that you are a biotechnologist, you are a plant breeder, or you are a botanist, you are a taxonomist. If you do a huge work in any subject, you become authority in that subject. These are all authority. They never studied botany in their life. Some of them are doctors, medical doctors, even though they have been recognized as an international botanist. See, I would like to show you these photographs. Generally, in WhatsApp, in our phone, in our everywhere, we are keeping the picture of somebody to whom we love. Being a student of science, this type of the picture must appear on your screen. At least you can inspire yourself with the help. If you see in the morning this picture, Dioscorides, 1st century AD, the area during the time in which they have worked, you know, it was a dark era in the Europe even. At that point of time, see the timings during which they have worked. And nowadays, having enough facility in laboratory and library, it is very difficult for us to complete a single task. Sometimes what happens is it is because of the lack of commitment. See, these people worked a lot in their lab, but it was not a structured lab as the lab as of now. Even though whatever they have done, it becomes a miracle in the science. Theophrastus, 370 to 205 before Christ, father of botany. At that point of time, see, he has written Historia Plantorum. Strictly, the classification was artificial herbs, shrubs, triennial, biennial, perennial, like that. He was a student of Plato and friends of Aristotle. See, great personality. Sometimes you have been shaped according to the persons in which you are in touch with. आपके मेजर गाइड, आपके माइनर गाइड, कौन कौन से लोग हैं जिसके साथ में आप टच में हो, ऐसे आप बन जाते हो in the due course of time. So these are the people, they were very successful in their life because of their gurus. See, Carolus Linnaeus, I wanted to show you this here. He was carrying everything whatsoever want for the study of the plant along with him. Multi-pocket jeans are made because of the mechanics, because of the botanist. Okay, multi-pocket jeans and jackets. So you can keep your instruments, whatsoever it is needed, glass and several things along with it. Whenever you go for the field study, you are able to examine the plant whenever you pluck it from the field itself. So Swedish botanist, he has published Species Plantarum and Genera Plantarum. What an enormous work done by the Linnaeus, and introduced binomial nomenclature system of classification. He has studied more than 65,000 plants across the globe. See the wonderful work done by him. Even for us, it is very difficult to make a visit of the nearby area. Okay. Binomial nomenclature, basically Greek and Latin were the languages. Why? Because this is considered as a dead language. Okay. In the world, nowhere it is being spoken right now, so there is no language bias. Other beauty of the Latin and Greek, in Latin and Greek gives meanings. Say for example, meaning of any word, a single meaning is there. In English, say for example, meaning of any word gives 10 synonyms. That doesn't happen with the Greek and Latin. So I'll be talking more regarding the Greek and Latin language and its importance in plant taxonomy. Old and new names of the family. Palmi, Gramini, Cruciferi, Papilionaceae, Guttiferi, Umbelliferi, Labiati, Composite. It is no more family right now. So whenever we do work on this family, this is the new names. We generally do not know the new names, but these are the names we need to follow in classification, in writing thesis, wherever we cite it. Okay. Now coming to the genus name, namings in plant makes very important plant. Identification, naming and classification makes the taxonomy. So what are the rules for namings? There is genus name, say for example, I am giving you an example. The name of the genus is a noun, always begin with a capital letter. Even though sometimes students and faculty even write down the names and scientific name with a small letter, first small letter of the genus. Do not make any mistake because set rules are applied over here. Earlier genetics name are only Latin words, but nowadays I will cite you several genera where it has been deemed Latinized. Saraka indica, Ashok. Saraka is the Sanskrit name for Ashoka, and it has been deemed Latinized. That is Salmalia Malabarika. Semal Muslin Sanskrit. Salmalia Malabarika. Malabar is the coast where we are getting a silk cotton tree. Bombay Siva is the Salmalia Malabarika. We should have a proud of our region. We should have a proud of India. Wherever species epithet is indicus, indica, indicum, makes the sense it is from India. Origin is from India. Likewise, the genus name, I will cite you an example. Theophrastus, Linnaeus, Dalton Hooker, Thomas Jefferson. These are the personality whose name has been used as a genus name. I have given you the example, Theophrasta, Linnea, Hookeria, Jeffersonia, and these are the plant names. See the beauty. So sometimes we imagine it, whenever we happens to be a student, why this type of the complicated names has been given. It is not at all complicated. If you understand the botany, it is very easy for you to remember. You will never forget this name. Because Theophrastus, the father of botany, the genus name is the pendulous. It is hanging. So it shows the characteristics, shows the personality. Likewise, Linnea, likewise Hookeria, Jeffersonia, and other. These are the names which act as a genus epithet, but species epithet I will be talking later on. Now coming to the botanical names. In UG program, some students face is very difficult for them to remember botanical names. So what happens is, why botanical names? Name may indicate some character of the plant. Color of the fruit or flower. I am giving you the simplest example of the Ixora. The Ixora coccinea with red flower. Coccinea means red flower. Alba means white flower. Nigra means breadfruit. The word Ixora comes from Iswara. Tamil deity Iswara, and then it become dim Latinized and become Ixora. See the beauty. Ixora coccinea. What a wonderful plant. Ixora alba. But Ixora is Iswara. Ishwar, deity in Tamil. The name derived from that person. Okay. Piper nigrum, piper with black fruit, piper and other meanings I will let you. Hairy nature, Solanum pubescens. Solanums in India, you know, I know nearly 25 species of the Solanum in India. So Solanum, just identification of the Solanum species makes a sense. Here, hairy nature of the leaves is reflected, or Solanum derived from solans. I will be talking regarding the solans, what solans exactly, and makes the genus Solanum. Pubescent, hairy in nature, the leaves are hairy. Spine or thorn, Sida spinosa, Pothos armatus. Armis, armatus. This is for defense mechanism. Sida spinosa having the spine. Pothos armatus having the arm-like structure just for climbing. Smell Paeonia odorata, Sterculia foetida. Odorata, Odoratissimus, odorata, foetid, that smell. And Sterculia is the god. I'll just explain you what Sterculia and Paeonia, the meaning is. Aza directa, Indica, Stercula italica, Hevia brasilensis. This is the country from where this plant originated. From Italy, from Brazil, from India. may indicate locality, Myristica mallabarica, Ixora augustmalaya. See here, why I'm giving you locality, the locally it is endemic to Malabar coast, Augustmalaya hill. See, we need to work on this plant because it is endemic to India. Nobody is going to work on this plant. Wherever locality indicates our region, we should have take to proud and we need to work on this plant. To commemorate renowned personality, genus Dioscorea, I have already given the example, Sir Hookeria, Hooker, Ixora, Gamble, like this. Scientific names and its meaning. Generally, we do not care about Oryza sativa. Simply we ask Oryza sativa. What is the literal meaning of Oryza? The Greek word for rice, which in turn came from the Asiatic name. Sativa means cultivated. See the beautiful scientific name. Triticum aestivum. Blindly we remember it, but we do not know the name of the Latin meaning, botanary of the Triticum and aestivum. Latin name for the wheat used in bread making. That is why in Latin that wheat is known as Triticum. It has been dim-Latinized. Okay, and aestivum means of summer. In European country, it is being grown in summer season. That is why of summer, aestivum. Triticum durum. Ours in a Bhal trek in Gujarat, it is specialized for Triticum durum cultivation. Here, if you see the ploidy level, 2n is equal to 6x is equal to 42. 2n is equal to 4x is equal to 28 chromosome number. The literal meaning of the durum, Latin name from wheat used in bread making, from Latin meaning hard, durum, durable, enduring. That is why critical, so it grows in drier region. Suppose you are working on Triticum durum, you are setting the protocol for durum multiplication in tissue culture. Basically, these species represent the drier region. So whenever you design the culture medium, keep in mind, you have to mimic the condition wherever, whatsoever is prevailing in the nature. Then in tissue culture media, you will get a response. Zia maize, cause of life. The meaning of the Zia is cause of life. Maize, our mother. That is Zia maize. Solanum melongena, our brinjal, solens, quitude, referring to the narcotic properties of the some of the Solanum, tobacco and other species are there. These exhibit the meaning of the solens is narcotic properties. That is why the genus Solanum derived and melongena corrupted from Latin for mad apple. That makes the Solanum melongena. Lycopersicum esculentum. The word Lycopersicum means wolf pitch, referring to the belief that tomatoes were poisonous in the past, from where it has been derived. Now it becomes Solanum esculentum. Recent name is esculentum, means edible. See, like this is a wonderful name. Abel moschus esculentum, our bhindi, lady's finger. Here two words is there in general. Abel, the literal meaning Abel with this ABL makes the sense with. Muscus means musk, fragrance. With fragrance, because in Abel moschus genus, वो कस्तूरी भिंडा आती है, इसमें मस्क सुगंध स्मेल फ्रेग्रेंस आती है. If you rub the seeds in the hand, the word Abel moschus derived from that, and that is edible. That is called bhindi. Cicer arietinum, classical name for the chickpea. Cicer and arietinum's ram head. If you looked at the seed shape, it looks like a male of the sheep. Arachis hyposia, from the ancient Greek plant name Arachis, which means legume. The Greek name for this is legume. Hyposia means below earth. Now it is very simple for you to understand the scientific name, because if you know the botanary, then you will. Other thing, hyposia, if it is written in a species, try to find out the fruits below earth. Now coming to the other scientific name, castor, sesame, black gram, vigna, cotton, all the species that I am going hurriedly. Ricinus communis, Ester, named because the seed resembles the Mediterranean sheep tick of the same name. इसके जो दाने हैं उसके ऊपर जो मोटलिंग लगा हुआ है वो एक जात का टिक का, it looks like a tick. That is why the word Ricinus has been derived, and communis, which grows in a group, like Sesamum, from the Latin Sesamum, oily plant, and Indicum from India. Oily plant from India makes the Sesamum Indicum. It's very easy to remember. Vigna, black gram. Vigna is the name of the scientist, Domenico Vigna, 17th century Italian botanist. In his respect, the genus name has been given, and Mungo possibly named for 18th century Scottish explorer and plant collector Mungo Park. So, ये भी plant का नाम है, genus का नाम है, species का नाम है, दोनों personality है, and makes the scientific name. Phaseolus aureus. The word phaseolus, the literal meaning is boat shape. The fruits of the phaseolus looks like a boat shape, and aureus means golden flower. In Phaseolus radiata and aureus, new name is radiata, golden flower is there. So here aureus species is there. It seems that it is having golden flower. Any other Phaseolus other than Phaseolus aureus do not have pure golden flower. Gossypium species you are very well aware with. From the Latin Gossypion, a name used by Pliny the Elder to describe the cotton. Pliny ने ये word use किया था कॉटन को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए, वहां से गोसिपियम आया. आर्बोरियम, arbor in literal Latin meaning of the arbor equal English equivalent is tree. If some species is arboreum, we use term arboretum where tree collection is there. Likewise, arboreum, tree-like, it grows very fast, tall, that is why it is called Gossypium arboreum. Herbaceum, not wood, just like a herb. Hirsutum, Gossypium hairy. Gossypium barbadens from Barbados. See, it's very easy for you to remember all the scientific four names, Gossypium species. Kazanus kazan, pigeon pea, Latinized from the Malay vernacular name for the pigeon. This is Kazanus is a Malayalam name for pigeon pea, deemed Latinized and being used as a genus. Kazan from the Malayalam vernacular name of the pigeon pea. Kazanus kazan, दोनों भी vernacular name ही है. Classification, artificial, natural, phylogenetic. In artificial classification, there is no strict rules. You can classify based on habit, color, forms, irrespective of their affinity. They are not connected evolutionary. In natural classification, classification is based on overall similarity. In natural classification, what happens is gross morphology of the flower is taken into the consideration. Why? Because flower is a reproductive unit of the plant and it exhibits certain characteristics which remain stable under different environmental conditions. Say, for example, if we take if we take leaves, in monsoon, the leaf size varies. Because of the growth, it becomes very large. During summer and winter, it becomes small. So you cannot rely directly on the only leaf. But if you will take into the consideration the flowering characteristics, style, stigma, anther, connective filaments, and all the flower characteristics, it remains same under even unfavorable climatic conditions. Phylogenetic, this is most important. That is the classification based on common evolutionary descent. This is most important. Because present day species, how does it has evolved? See, in nature, deletion, duplication, inversions, translocations, mutations. Okay, all natural forces has changed the DNA. And new species evolved because of all the changes, geographical barriers, and so many more things has happened with the species. So this shows the ancestry, how best they were like as far as their DNA is concerned and how bifurcation has been taken place later on. This is the publications by the Linnaeus, Genera Plantarum, way back 1713-7. See the hard work done by the scientists. Species Plantarum, what a wonderful publication. Okay, and that point of time, how best the picture is being given. See, and the trouble they have taken in just enumerating all these plant, publication of this plant, and make available of all this knowledge without any PPVFR, without anything, without any license. It was made free to the public, free access. That was the greatest part. Now, coming to the first part of my lecture is identification. Characteristic considered for plant identification, whether a plant is herbaceous, woody, annual, perennial. Because for plant identification, you need to enter into the family. Moment you will enter into the family, you will get an idea to reach to the genus and species. But initially, you must be strong enough to enter into the family based on whether the plant is monocot or dicot. Dicot family, it represents, monocot family, it represents. Then you will enter into the different fractions. Okay, whether or milky juice is there. Say for example, milky juice. Say for example, moraceae. Say for example, sapotaceae. Say for example, euphorbiaceae. Say for example, apocynaceae. Say for example, asclepiadaceae. These are the families which is having milky shape. So moment you will cut the leaf and a shape is using, you have to think on these families. Okay, leaf type, phyllotaxy, arrangement of the leaf, venation, presence or absence of the stipules, distribution spine of the surface covering, hairy trichome spines. Generally, we all consider all these surface alike. This is altogether different. Hairy surface is different, trichome is different, spine is different. Okay, prickle is different, thorn is different. Botanically, it is different. The part of the flower and number of the sepals and petals on which the earlier classification was based, whether the separate or fused and other things we need to study. Whether the perianth is present in one or more series, whether the papas or apicalyx. If papas is present, then you have to think about the sunflower families. If malvaceae is there, apicalyx is present. Just if you pick up one of the characteristics, it will allow you to enter into the families. Whether nectar secreting disc is present in the flower, the best is Rutaceae. In Rutaceae family, the members of the Rutaceae family having nectar secreting disc. In addition to this, the leaf is having oil gland. The moment you pluck the leaf, if you crush it, if you inhale it, it gives a specific aroma. Whether the flowers are actinomorphic, zygomorphic, basic botany, number and attachment of the stamen, if there is any fusion of the anther or filament, we need to study all these things. Positions of the ovary, number of the pistils and other things. Now coming to the plant identification is the basic process of classification that defined as assignment of the plant to a particular group, ultimately to the species. Because we have to reach up to species, then subspecies, forma, variety, other classification is there, and then DNA sequence. See, from gross morphological character, micromorphological, anatomical, cytological, molecular. These are the approaches we need to correlate with each other. The plant is given a name by recognizing that it belongs to a particular previously described taxon. This is the definitions given for plant identification by the Davis and Haywood, and Lawrence has given definition like this. Identification is the determinations of a taxon as being identical with or similar to other or already known element. That is comparison of for the identification. Now there are three methods for the identification: expert determination, comparison, and identification with key. Expert determination. Suppose we know that Dr. Savardekar is very good in plant taxonomy. Just without making any difficulty, just bring the sample and keep it on the table of Savardekar sir. He will identify. We need not to make any efforts in identification. हमको पता है किसको पता है, वो हमको पता है कि identification में कौन experts है, इसके पास ले जाते हैं, ठीक है? Other method है comparison. Generally nowadays, after the lots of softwares are available for comparison, and we jumped into the comparison by just comparing the photographs, illustration, and descriptions. Nowadays, softwares are also available. You have to upload your picture in the software, and it will give you a result. But this is also not 100%. This makes the 100% identification with key. This is most reliable method for plant identification. A key is an artificial arrangement, analytical device whereby a choice is provided between two contradictory statements, resulting in acceptance of one and or the rejections of the other. एक couplet से चलता है और contrasting characters दिया है. This is being used in flora for identification of the species, and this is the correct way of identifying the plants. Now coming to the common name, scientific name, and third one I would like to add is Sanskrit name. Generally, India is such a vast country. Moment you cross the border of your state, the name of the plant will change. मराठी में कुछ और बोलेंगे, गुजराती में कुछ और बोलेंगे, तमिल में कुछ और बोलेंगे, राजस्थानी में कुछ और बोलेंगे, पंजाबी में कुछ और बोलेंगे. So we will not come to the conclusion, in such a vast knowledge and common names are existing in a plant. Sometimes the person from other region do not understand. At that time, scientific name is required. These are the universal recognized throughout the world. They do not provide information indicating generic and family relationship. They provide information regarding the relationship. Well-known plant may have hundreds of common names. Well-known plant have only one scientific name. Sometimes two or more plants have the same common name. This is most problems we are facing in namings of the plant. Two or more plants always have a different scientific name. Many species do not have any common name. कभी-कभी क्या होता है? Whenever the species has been introduced to India from other parts of the world, at that time you won't find the common name. All the known plants have a scientific name. Abhi idhar I would like to add more. Sanskrit name. Such a wonderful language. I will give you one example is Cassia Tora. Chakramardh in Sanskrit, Kuvadia. Sanskrit name indicates the properties of the plants. Salmalya Malabarika. Silk cotton tree. Salmalli, Sanskrit name, Malabar is the coast where we are getting endemic. Saraka indica, Ashoka. Ashok, Jab, when Ravana kidnapped Sita, used to keep under the Ashoka tree. That is Saraka Ashoka. The literal meaning of Ashoka is not great king Ashok, but Ashoka. The plant which keep you away from pain is Ashoka. That is Ashoka, and that is the Sanskrit name. तो जो भी दवाई अशोका प्लांट से बनती है वो पेन रिलीवर है, गायनोकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स में यूज होती है. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज अशोका. सी द वंडर ऑफ संस्कृत नेम्स. बट वी शुड टेक प्राउड ऑफ आवर ओन लैंग्वेजेस. Sanskrit, Hindi, our national language, we must respect. Now coming to the authority, where most of the people are very extremely poor in authority, giving the scientific name. The name of the species is incomplete if it is not followed by abbreviated name of the authors. हम क्या करते हैं? Pyrus malus. This is the name for apple. We don't bother about the L, lin, or what is written at the end of the scientific name. But nowadays it is mandatory to write down the authority in any valid publications. Citations of the full or abbreviated form is necessary because this will verify the date or time of the first valid publications of the name of a particular taxon. If I write down Pyrus malus L, then the name Pyrus malus has been given by Linnaeus. If any alternation addition has been done, that is also reflected in scientific name. I will let you know now. Original author. The name of the taxon is complete and accurate only when it is followed by a full or abbreviated form of the author who first validly published the concerned name. Liliaceae, example, Lilium superbum, are incomplete. The complete name is Liliaceae adens Lilium superbum by Linnaeus. Sometimes you will find this L into bracket. What does it mean? I will let you know. If two authors have joint published the name of the taxon, the name of both the authors should be cited and linked by word et or and. Elysium Griffithy, Hooker, F, and Thomas. Sometimes what students do, and even faculty, we remove this and we keep L. Because we know only L. So every scientific name we are keeping L. This is not a universal. Here the joint author is there. You have to write down with and or et is there between two authors. Because first has been given and published by the second one cited the name. Now rank alteration. When a taxon of a lower rank is upgraded in a higher rank, but it retains the original name. Original author you cannot remove at any point of time. Author name who published it for the first time should be given in a bracket. It is to be followed by the name of the author who made the alterations. Eloni is the scientist who made the alterations in the name of Medicago polymorpha variety orbicularis. Here L is in bracket and A double L. This is how do we write the scientific name? Name proposed. When the name of the taxon is proposed but not validly published by one author, or is later on validly published by other. पहले author ने validly publish नहीं किया. Name has been given. But second author ने publish किया है, should be the other author, the word ex should be used as a connecting link between the name of the former author and name of the subsequent author. And how do we write the scientific name? Ex. This is the way of writing the scientific name. Now, would like to focus on few Sanskrit names and then hurriedly I will move ahead. Agastya, Agaru, Aganimantha, Ativisha, Asoka, Asti Samharat. See what a wonderful name in Sanskrit it has been given. Sesbania grandiflora. The leaves are being used to make a curry in South India, Southern India. Sesbania, it blossomed at the time when the star Agastya. Why Agastya name? There is one star in the sky named Agast. Agastya Rishi के नाम से पड़ा हुआ है. When it bloom in the sky, flowering do take place here. Entire globe is interconnected. Flowers are curved, fruits long, grandiflora. That is why it is plant. Agaru, Aganimantha, Ativisha, Asoka. I have already depicted the Asoka. Asti Samharat or Asti Sununkhala. Cissus quadrangularis which connect the bones. Likewise, I will give you Ecularia agalocha. The word agarbatti came from the word agaru. The aromatic parts which is heavy and black iron is formed by infestations of the valuable incense and perfume. Agarwood. तो ये अगरू का नाम है. इसे सब नाम पड़े हुए हैं. Kutka, Kamala, Kampila. This is Melotus philippine. Kampila regions in UP. The name derived Kampila in Sanskrit from the region name in India. Melotus philippinensis. Okay. Here Melotus and then Philippines में से वो भी nearby region है. It has been originated. Karkat Shringi, Khadira, Google, Comifera Mukul, Comifera stoxiana, Comifera victi, Comifera mahira. These are the species of the Comifera occurs in India. The literal meaning of the Comifera here from the Comi, gum, forest means bearing. If some species, the named Comifera genus is there, it is gum bearing. The literal meaning is gum bearing. So gum bearing is the defense mechanism for drier region, and oleogum resins is the defense mechanism for colder region. So all alpine tree having the gum just to protect itself from the cold. And all the desert plant where temperature reaches up to 45, 48, this is highly sensitive. Where in nature has kept the gum in place of the water so that it will not evaporate and plants will not die. This is a defense mechanism for dry region. Chakramardak. Chakramardak Acacia tora, which restrict the fungal growth in the head. Likewise, Jivanti, Jyotismati, Daru Haridra, Dhatkik, these are all the names and it is having meaning. It's a very, very long list. Patala, from Pataliputra in Bengal, Seriospermum soviolans. See, our region has been given this Patala Sanskrit name, and this is one of the most important ingredient in Dasmula. We need to go for the tissue culture of those plants which is endemic to India, where regeneration is a problem. Sometimes it is being used as a menstrual line, development of the double haploid, and ultimately we need to focus on those plants which is endemic to India, because nobody will come over here and work on all these plants. It is our moral responsibility to work on Prasnaparani, Bilva, Yushera, Jatamansi, Vacha, Shonak. These are all the names, Sanskrit, beautiful name. Their equivalent scientific name I have given and its meaning I have given. Now coming to the generic name, in honor of the well-known person, Edensonia albizia, Alstonia scholaris. Alston was the name of the Scottish professor, Saptaparni, Alstonia scholaris. Alstonia is the name given to the, with respect to the Scottish professor, and scholaris because his frame is being used for making slate. That is why it is Alstonia scholaris, Avicennia, Barringtonia, Bahonia, Pernfacia, Butea, monosperma. Here, Butea, you know, Butea monosperma. इसमें बहुत people are very, very interested in white flower Butea. 3 flowers are available: golden yellow, white, and normal red. What I mean to say is, whichever plant is rare, in case rare and become endangered and become extinct, we need to focus on the tissue culture on all these plants, just to revive this plant, just to grow this plant. And because of the certain reason, anthropogenic pressure, it becomes rare, we have to revive it. Like generic name in the honor of the well-known person, Schizalpenia pulcherrima. This is the name of the scientist. Cordia, Cordia sebestina, Dalbergia sisu, Dalbergia latifolia, Melina arborea, savan bolte हैं हमारा जो, Legestromia, Legestromia flos rosina, Legestromia indica, Legestromia, so many species of the Legestromia are there. Lania coromandelica, Theophrasta, I already talked regarding the father of botany, Theophrastus in the, like name, common characteristics of the species. Say for example, any species having the name Anthocephalus, means thorn bearing. एक कदम का नाम है Anthocephalus. तो इसका हेड जो फ्लावरिंग हेड होता है, इसमें थ्रोन लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स है, वो स्टाइल स्टिग्मा ओवरी हेड. Enogenesis latifolia, Bombyx siba, silk cotton tree. Then Cerocarpus, coiled fruit, Erythrina indica, Erythrina variegata. So many Erythrina species occurs in India. Helictres isora, Hyphena indica, Maduka indica, Mahuda. The Maduka genus derived from the Sanskrit word Madhu, which means honey. Because this is a very, very sweet plant, honey is being secreted. That is why the name Maduka has been. The thing is, wherever in any scientific name, when Sanskrit is being deemed Latinized, we need to focus on these plants. This is endemic to India. Generic name based on the common characteristics of the species: Melotus, Pterocarpus, winged fruit, Pithecolobium dulci. वो जो विलायती इमली बोलता है ना वो, from the Greek Pythekon means monkey, Ilobion means earring, shape of the fruit. तो इससे हिसाब से पिथेकोलोबियम बना है. Sanctellum album, sandalwood, Syzygium, terminalia, which bears the leaves in terminal position, Thespecia, Xanthoxylum. Poetic or mythological origin of the scientific name: Theobroma cocoa, Nymphia, Nelumbo, Nymphia, lovely water nymphs. That is why nymph, it looks like a nymph. That is why Nymphia. Sterculia is the god. Sterculia, Urens, and all these things. Generic name based on the aboriginal names of the plant. Aza directa, Betula, Acacia, Kauropita. Okay. From where it has been derived? 3. Kauropita guanensis, cannonball tree. Latinized from the French guana, vernacular name, Kauropiton. Ficus, from the Latin Ficus carica, an edible fruit. All the ficus derived from Ficus indica name, edible fruit. Delonix, Melia, Moringa, Pongamia, Punica, Puercus, Saracus, deemed Latinized from Sanskrit. Tamarindus indicus, the best example. The literal meaning of the genus Tamarindus, it is made up of the two words. Tamar e Hind makes the Tamarindus. Indicus from India. Hind ki khajur, that is our imli, Tamarindus indicus. Now, if you learn the ABCD 1 to 10 in Greek, 1 to 10 in Latin, 1 to 10 in English, 1 to 10 in Marathi, 1 to 10 in Sanskrit, you are able to remember so many scientific names. Prefix Latin 1 to 10, uni, bi, tri, quadri, quinqui, sex, septum, octum, novem, decum. If you add prefix with uniflorus, biflorus, triangularis, quadrangularis, this is species epithet. Say for example, Cassia uniflorus. Cassia with one flower. Biflorus, triangularis, quadrangularis, Cissus quadrangularis, Asti Srunkala. This shows the characteristics of the plant. But here epithet uni, bi, tri, you have to remember 1 to 10. That is in Latin. Now coming to the Greek. Mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nena, deca. Nena, deca. So here monoandria, diandria, triandria, this like this. This is a Greek prefix. Now plant parts used. Sepalum for sepal, stylus for style, petalum for petals. These are the various parts being used. Based on this, the name has been given in a scientific name. Specific epithet linked with the color. This you need to remember. If any species contain name album, albus, albicans, so it replaces the white color. Atrovirens, dark green. Aureus, golden yellow. So here, see, these are the name of the color which is being used as a species epithet, and you are able to identify the species. Vinca rosea, rosy, like virens, Ficus virens, green, viridis, green. So if you are able to remember these are the colors, and here you will find the colors in scientific name. So it is very easy for you to remember. Okay. Now specific epithet linked with the geography. Africanus, Americanus, likewise for India, Indicus, Indicum, Indica. So here, any species, if it is Asiaticus, it is from of Asia. Braziliensis, Hevia, Hura Brazil, Hevia Braziliensis, rubber tree. So if you remember this country name in the form of the Greek and italics, you are able to remember the scientific name. Very simple. We should take proud of India. Indicum, Indica, Indicus. And we need to work on all these plants having the species epithet Indica, Indicum, Indicus. It is from India. It is our moral responsibility to study all these plants. Like China sinensis, Hibiscus roja sinensis, say for example. Gilanicus from Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Italia, Italicus, Italicum. So I have given the example. Hemidesmus indicus, Tamarindus indicus, like this. Species epithet linked with size. Giganteus, very large. Grandis, large. Humilis, dwarf. Major, greater. Minor, less. Minutus, very small. Like this, it shows the size. Epithet linked with the size. Arborescens, dichotomous, erectus, furcatus, prostratus, ramosus, repens, stoloniferous, shows the characteristics linked with the size. linked with common characteristics. Acute angula, allata, wing fruit, arborea, tree like. Arbor I have already. Terminalia, katapa, badam, almond. That is that we used to eat, not that dry fruit badam. That is prunus. From the Malayalam name, from the Indian album, Terminalia, katapa. Katapa means stairing. When branch is arranged in a stair-like structure, that is why it's called Terminalia katapa. Terminalia means which bears the leaves in a terminal position in a cluster. Likewise, Erica catechu, colorata, Siba, pendandra, Bombexiba, ciliata, okay, digitata, finger-like, Edensonia digitata, monkey bread tree, babab tree, dulci, Cassia fistula, hollow tube-like structure, fruit is there. And Cassia is the name of the scientist who invented the genus. That is why Cassia fistula. Aragbad in Sanskrit, like this. Epithet linked with the common characteristics. Again, more one long list is there. You need to understand the meaning. If some species having the oil-bearing gland, oleifera, Moringa oleifera, officinalis, asparagus officinalis, Imblica officinalis. Whenever it was published in official pharmacopoeia, then and then it will become officinalis. Superba, okay. Superba, speciosa, okay. Urens, circular urens, puberty, stinging. It is having hairy structures on the leaf and flower. Now, major dicot families in India, we need to work on all these family: Anacardiaceae, Asteraceae, Brassicaceae, Euphorbiaceae, Malvaceae, Rutaceae, Solanaceae. It is agriculturally important species, genus family I have mentioned, and number of the species. 500 species in India, 800 species, 520 species, 973 species occurs in India. We need to work a lot on all these species. This is, I have taken from the presentations of the Srirang Yadav, worked in Kolhapur at Shivaji University, and exclusively worked on Western Ghat. See the diversity. This is most important. Endemic species here, the number is important. We need to focus on all these species of the endemic species, and he has published a lot of articles regarding endemic species of the Western Ghat. This is some of the slides I have taken. Barleria, Kantasairat. This is the spectrums of the diversity available in India. These are some of the websites, and mostly students are interested to get the valid scientific names of the plants of the world online. This is a very, very important tool whereby you can insert the name in search. You will get the valid scientific name of the plant. The plantlist.org is a very, very useful website for the student and teacher. Then for India, Flowers of India, this is a very good website. And thank you very much for your patience hearing. Okay, national animal, national bird, national tree, national flower. Thank you for your patience hearing. If there are any questions, I'm here to respond. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, students. So all the participants, they are requested. If you have any queries, doubts, please post your queries, or you can ask verbally also. Whether a session has been is concluded, you can ask your queries or questions.
If you have understood, then you can ask, or maybe you can send a mail whenever you are having any doubt. Don't be shy in asking the questions. Okay, even silly questions you can ask, no issue. इसमें लिखा है very informative session, sir. Thank you so much. Somebody is writing Pooja Bhosle to everyone. So it's the beginning. It's a journey altogether. Understanding plant takes lifelong experience. Every time you need to understand the plant.
Okay, sir, I have a doubt.
Bole.
Sir, in nature there are the mutation, selection, random shifting, and all these things are happening. So whenever there is a somewhat the mutations is occurring, so that time whether whatever the species which is identified earlier, whether the same name has been given to the mutated plants?
No. See, if the ploidy level is different, if it is completely morphological and molecular level, if it is different, sometimes what happens is species were existing in nature, but we don't have enough scientific knowledge of that species. Whenever we study it, some of the recently we have cited nearly 300 species from the Western Ghats, which is additional to already existing. So whenever you study the things, and if scientific evidence shows that it is something new, you can give the name of your own. Mohanan is the scientist who has given so many species name there. Okay. So the people who have worked exclusively in taxonomy, they do go for the research. If evidence is shows that it is clearly different, they list it is a new species, new addition. Even though it was existing, but nobody has given the name. Then name has been given to the credit of the person who has worked on that particular species after having enough scientific evidences.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So there are the two questions are coming. I think Dhanashri. Dhanashri.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. I have a doubt. What are the techniques or what are the approaches used for in taxonomy on the basis of molecular studies?
Molecular studies is the DNA sequence you are studying. Okay.
And I have been working on my project of, I'm a master student, so I have been working on DNA barcoding.
On which plant you are working?
I am working on rice for DNA barcoding. So
DNA.
how is DNA barcoding changing the spectrum in taxonomical studies?
Exactly. See, up till now, initially we relied on morphology, micromorphology, then cytology, cytogenetics, chromosome number and all these things. Okay. Now, moment we have entered into the molecular era, initially we have targeted nuclear genes, what we call is chromosome. Okay. And DNA sequence based on chromosomes, chromosomal DNA, what I mean to say is. Then we have targeted mitochondrial and chloroplast DNA. So what has happened? It has supplemented our knowledge up to mitochondria and chloroplast. We have extended ourselves up to mitochondria and chloroplast. It will give a clear picture of this species in form of barcode. This is 100%.
Okay, sir. Sir, and while barcoding, what are the details we should consider for the taxonomical approach?
Yeah, exactly. Very good questions. If you are able to connect your barcode with morphological, micromorphological, anatomical, and cytological evidence, this will be excellent work in the world. You saw that this is my barcode, and this is the morphological characteristics of the species, micromorphological, anatomical, and cytological. Connect all this together, then it will give you a clear picture of the species at whatsoever level you want.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your guidance.
There was one more question. I think.
Somebody is asking the questions.
Yeah. Somebody raised the hand.
Even you can share my WhatsApp number, mobile number, so that they can send me the WhatsApp information.
Please put your sir, email ID on the chat box so that the people can refer you.
Because immediately questions will not arise, but later on they will think on this lecture and then question will arise. And generally students are shy in asking the question in front of these so many 67 students are students and faculty, they are connected. And they think that what other will think. Don't think what other will think for yourself only. So I think I have done my job to the extent I am able to convince the student and faculty members. Even though I am not a taxonomist at all, I am a plant breeder. I am a conventional plant breeder.
Yeah.
With some knowledge of plant molecular biology and plant taxonomy.
Okay, if there is no question from the participants, I will formally conclude the session with word of thanks. Initially, I am thankful to Dr. Harish Bhai Davdo for giving the excellent and marathon lecture on the taxonomy. And I feel after so many years entering in the agriculture that I have botany is the mother faculty of all the branches in our agriculture. So taxonomy is the nothing but pulsating heart.
Yeah.
That and really we seen what is the beauty and what is the essence of that particular stream of this science. And definitely the graduate or the postgraduate may be from any branch, but he has his phylogenetic connection with the botany only.
Exactly.
So you have rightly pointed, sir, that we should come to know what is the etymological construct of the name. If you come to know what is the etymological connection, etymology, that is nothing but the origin of word. That is the etymology. So in literature, as we are searching what is the original word, and from that the paraphrase, adjective, adverb, they get developed. In the same way, from the scientific name only, you can come to know what is the utility of that particular plant. And that is the real beauty. That then the students will come to know that no, it is not the burden imposed on them or mugging up or the chanting.
There is no need to mug the scientific.
Mug up. So automatically those will come to your mind, and once it will stuck to your mind, you can immediately, it will be just on your tip of tongue that yes, this is the plant and this is the utility and this is the author. So I also become the nostalgic that even after the first year of the agriculture, I first time learned the beauty of the taxonomy. That is
Horizon Satava, we never know the meaning of Horizon Satava.
definitely, because after coming to agriculture, because agriculture itself is the applied science.
Exactly.
When you are going for the application, you should know what is the base material. And the base material is nothing but our taxonomy. Definitely, you have added the different facets. What is the authority? How the system of the nomenclature is there? How does it work? What was its roots in the history? So it was the history, it was the present, and it was the future of the agriculture based on the taxonomy. So I really congratulate you. It was a meaningful exercise, and I think the participant must be fortunate enough that they have listened you.
Thank you.
And if they have any queries or the doubts or the cobwebs, they should get it clear through your email which you have posted. And sir, thankful, I am real thankful on the behalf of our Dr. Balasaheb from Kokum Krishi Vidyapith, then on behalf of the organizers and the organizing body, myself, Dr. Sawadekar sir, Dr. Sangeeta Sawant, then our supporter Rohit Singhe, all this they have made this event, attempted to make it successful. So once again, I am thankful to you, all the participants also. And again, I request them that as sir has told you, that though you have some difficulty, no difficulty or no question is absurd until it is proved. So likewise, I will say that the students should ask them, because this is a very important facet of our science. That you have touched the right chord, I will say again. You have touched the right chord. And student must have now felt that what is meant by the botanical name or the scientific name. Thank you, sir. This is what. Have a nice time. Good day.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you for your time. Thank you for giving your precious time.
much.
Thank you.
Students are requested to put the feedback form properly. Even we are observing that some students, they are lethargic, they are laggards. So this is not good. Please be attentive. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.